What is happening, friends? Welcome to another 6-1 Indie Showcase interview. Mike here on the 6-1 Indie side of things. And today I'm joined by Mohan from Tomatoast, the developer behind Call of Boba. Mohan, hello.
Hi there. Thank you so much for having me.
Nah, thank you for being on. I'm sure it has to be quite late for you in the day right now, right?
Right. It's around 3 a.m. right now.
Oh my God, Mohan, you should have told me to wake up earlier or something.
No. It's cool. It's cool.
Well, thank you so much for staying up late or waking up early or whatever you did. I really do appreciate it because Call of Boba looks fantastic. I'm so glad we're able to show it as a part of the showcase. It's such like a interesting and unique concept. So I would love to just get right into it. Like first off, tell us about yourself and a bit of like your history as a game developer.
Okay, so I'm Mohan, and a little bit history about me. It's like I've attended like a undergrad game design major thing going on uh, back at California, Santa Cruz.
Oh, cool.
And during that time, I've I think uh I've been the producer for our capstone project, and that's increased the uh how to say like that experience really really give me the determination to become a full-time indie game developer. Right.
Awesome. And how long have you been full time indie nowadays?
I think it's around 1.5 year.
Awesome. And getting into Call of Boba now, is Call of Boba like is this your first like big project?
Right. It's our first
Awesome.
try to become a commercial one.
Awesome. I mean, it's pretty like just looking at the trailers and obviously the stuff that you showed off Teddy during the showcase. It's quite impressive for a first commercial project, especially since you've only been doing this for about a year and a half full time. So thoroughly impressed because it feels like this may have been like game number 3 or something. So it's quite impressive. Um, Kobo, obviously, big cozy vibes. I'm curious, what are the touchstones of a great cozy game, and what have you taken from other like cozy elements and brought into Call of Boba?
Okay, so first off, it's gonna be it's need to be looks great, and we try to use uh not that vibrant color of the color palette,
Yeah,
and we also try different styles during our development, and for right now we cannot stick with the one uh, which showed up on on our Steam page, and besides that, for cozy games, for my understanding, it's gonna be it's gonna um, provide a sense of flow. Uh, so like you how to describe the flow. It's more like you continue doing something without noticing it.
sure, yeah,
Yeah, and for our game, we provide kind of two different kinds of game flows. The first one is managing the boba store. The second one is more like uh fighting, roguelike dreamland dungeon. So that two totally different kind of vibes, mixtures with each other, and those two different gameplays also uh, also intertwines with each other in terms of the resources and in terms of the system. Right.
yeah, yeah. That's kind of the interesting hook behind Call of Boba, that it is like this genre blend that you don't really see too often. I think like when we first came across the game, we were already impressed, just like with the cozy vibes, running the boba shop. We already thought that was a very cute and unique idea. But then, yeah, we were pretty much caught off guard when we start seeing this little penguin shooting boba around. It was surprising in like like the best way possible. So I'm curious, when thinking of the game, when it comes to the design process, what came first? Was it the boba tea shop simulator or the action roguelite stuff, or was it kind of like all together? Was it just like one big idea?
Well, we firstly thought of the idea of the uh, boba milk tea theme, and we start to brainstorm all about the how to do the management part of the game, how to do the simulation, how to try to mimic the the different kind of liquid simulation, and maybe particle effect, because like in your game there's a part like you can actual simulate how to making a cup of boba milk tea,
Yeah.
uh, and as long right after we finish brainstorming or boba tea shop idea, we kind of feels like uh the ingredients of the boba milk tea, um there's like jelly, boba, popping pearls, and we just feels like they they were so meant to be like different kinds of bullets when it comes to uh, fighting. So that's like the start. Like we kind of uh, starts trying to mixing two themes at the same time. Right, right.
That's such a I really love how that kind of, I mean, you mentioned flow just in the terms of like the cozy genre, but I love that like the design process really flowed from one mechanic to the other. And I love that your mind immediately went to like, yeah, all these ingredients, they feel like different types of ammunition. And yeah, taking even like just outside of the game, yeah, like going to a boba tea shop, it's just there are so many different types of variants and whatnot. And yeah, I bet you could have a lot of fun kind of thinking of how these different ingredients can become ammunition for that
Right,
roguelike
right, for sure, for
gameplay.
sure. And also, different kind of ingredients they behave differently. For
Yeah.
example, the boba and the pearls and the one called bobo, like they really were, how to say, bouncy. So we kind of make that as our bullet feature in our games. So they're for bouncy ingredients, the 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 amount of bouncy sorry, the amount
That's okay.
of bounce times is different with each other. For
Oh,
example,
cool.
for another kind of bullets like red beans and flower petals, because they were so small, and so we kind of make them like a bullet hell.
Cool.
So they can shoot different, um how to describe it, if you got enough power ups, instead of shooting one strand of the bullets, it's more, you can expand it to two strand, three strand.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, yeah. When it comes to bullets like red beans and flower petals. Right, right.
Nice. Well, yeah, like kind of touching on the different gameplay elements, you mentioned the Steam page that Call of Boba can be experienced at like the player's own pace in order to develop like a lot of the relationships and enjoy what the town has to offer. Was it difficult trying to find the balance between a more relaxed simulator and an action roguelike? Because like those tones are like quite different. So yeah, I'm curious to hear about the balance between the two.
Yeah. it's really difficult to balance those two, and actually when it comes to the town has to offer, there's another element of the flow is like the farming element. So there's like three different elements that we need to balance at the same time. And what's the solution for right now is more like each part of the game flow feels different, but at the behand, all of their resources can how to say uh all of each of the different sides of the resources, they kind of um mixture with each other. For example,
Sure.
when it comes to farming, uh, we can as a player we can buy some seeds and grow the actual the actual material, raw material behind the all the ingredients, such as boba. The raw material of boba it's called tapioca, I think.
Yeah.
Right. It's called tapioca. The game flow of the farming in our game is like you grow seeds and you grow all of the plants, you water every day, and then you get tapioca, and then you brought the tapioca into the machine, and then you get tapioca powder, right? And then from the tapioca powder you can make something called boba. But besides that, you can also make something bouncy. So basically, tapioca powder makes everything uh, bouncy. Right. So for example, one common ingredient called taro, the pink one, it's called
Sure.
taro. And if you add taro and tapioca powder at the same time, it will make the taro bouncy. Right.
Oh, cool.
So that's like the different transformation. Like
Yeah.
from the actual plant, you transform into different kind of ingredients. And
Yeah. So
also another example uh, would be like if you fight different enemies in the Dreamland dungeon, you also can gather some kind of ingredients, but different from the how to say different from the farming. It's not like you farm the tapioca, you get the tapioca. It's more like you get the ingredients directly. So player can choose uh, like two different possibilities. The first one is you grow plants and you wait, but it's definitely safer. And the secondly is like you go into the Dreamland dungeon, and you like it get riskier, but you get the ingredients faster.
yeah, it's kind of like a risk reward kind of
Right,
system.
right,
And it
right,
really
right, right.
does sound like all of the different mechanics and all the different systems really are kind of cohesive and really working along with each other, which is really impressive. Kind of talking about the Dreamland Dungeon a little bit. I know there's another interesting twist on the gameplay that kind of serves into the flow of the rhythm of the game. Is there is a day night cycle in the game? Can you talk about what that system is, and is that kind of like the player's introduction into these dungeons?
Right, right. So we kind of decided the setting of the whole fighting part is like the dreams in your in our character's head. Um, so uh, so to better introduce or setting or the background of the game, we switch uh we adjusted to as soon as the player goes into bed or rest, then the dungeon part showed up. Right,
That's
right.
cool. Yeah, again, like it feels like while everything really does work like in parity with one another. It does feel like a nice kind of like separation in a way, but not in a bad way. It's like there is the cozy sim, there is the roguelike, but they are still working hand in hand with one another as a part of this just big ecosystem that is the town and then the day night cycle.
Right, right, right. So basically, we kind of feels like um the characters that's their the reason why uh the player has the all kinds of enemies in your dream is like the nightmares. So in order to in order to clear the nightmare, you need to finish all the enemies and pass all the levels.
Yeah. I like the big the stamp guy, the approved stamp. He's
Oh,
like one of
right,
my
right.
favorites so far.
That's our first try of our boss.
That's cool. Yeah, it seems like you have a lot of fun with enemies and boss design and like in this kind of environment in this kind of world.
Right, right. We actually set the theme of our first stage to be like office environment. So all
Oh,
the
cool.
enemies and bosses were designed alongside with it. So for example, we got a printer, we got the stamps, we got coffee machine, we got standalone coffee, we got lights. We also got those like uh, I think the word is called ergonomic chairs.
Oh yeah, like
Right,
the
right,
office chairs. Yeah,
right, right.
no, that's super cool. I mean, yeah, same with me. Like my nightmare is also in an office, so it makes sense. Yeah, talk about the combat a little more. Looking at the trailer, there's a lot of like it seems like twin sticky. There's dodge rolling. Like, what were some of the inspirations behind the combat? Do you have like a particular game or set of games that you were looking at when designing the combat?
So when designing the combat, uh, we basically there's not one particular game that we referenced or not. It's more like we we basically uh, played all kinds of roguelites and especially for games with guns. So so maybe for example, um, for the gun design part, we looked particular with the game called Enter the Gungeon,
Oh, cool. Yeah.
because the bullets of that game is really fantastic. Like there are so many different possibilities with each other.
Yeah.
Right, right.
That's it. That is a very good game to pull from. I mean, like I think I when you think of the genre, like that's it feels like that's one of the OGs, like the ones that did it like really
Right,
great,
right.
like back in the day. So it's a great thing to pull inspiration from. Um, Kind of going back to the town and like we were talking about the relationships that you could develop and just people to meet. Aside from our protagonist, do you have a favorite character at the moment, like just around town?
uh that's a hard one.
I know.
I kind of have two, but if I have to,
You give me two if you want. You could cheat.
okay. So if I have to pick a favorite character, then my favorite character would be the manager of the game, the blue one, the blue cat.
Okay, yeah.
So originally, the as for the store, as for the whole store, that's his store. To be more concisely, that's his grandfather's store, and it used to be a really traditional one, and and he and our protagonist Bobo, they decided to together to change the traditional tea store uh becomes the boba tea store. So so that's kind of like the background and the core background of the character itself, and we really like it because of the personalities of the character we design. Like it's very how to say uh like he always feel happy and how to say
Just like very positive,
yeah, very positive
lighthearted.
one.
Yeah.
Feels positive about everything.
Yeah, I mean, even just looking at, I'm scrolling through the Steam page, and because I knew there was a screenshot of him, like, yeah, it's just like, just seems happy. It's just like a good,
Right,
like
right,
overall pleasant vibe, and especially nowadays with, obviously the industry is seeing a lot of layoffs and hardships. Like, we go almost every day with some not great news. So I really do appreciate games that are just like out here, just give a positive vibe, have a good time, be
right, right.
lighthearted. So I do like genuinely appreciate the work that you're putting into Call of Boba for many reasons, but for that reason as well.
Thank you so much.
Yeah,
Also,
of course.
the second one,
Oh yeah.
um, that I really bound off, it's like the uh in later part of the game there's gonna be a character showed up, and that's the character is like the foodie
Oh cool.
critique, and how to say um so he will uh come to the store to check if or main character or protagonist or the player, if he or she improves is boba making technique or not. And the animal background of the foodie one is actually capybara, so
Amazing.
it's really cute.
I mean, you got it all. You got cats, capybaras. The main protagonist, is it a penguin or is it just a bird?
Well, we were not sure.
A
I,
brand new feathered friend.
right. It's a feather friend for sure.
Exactly. So yeah, you got it all. That's it. I do have two final questions for you. One is fun, and one is maybe more not serious, but deeper question. The fun one. What's your favorite boba flavor? Do you have a go-to boba order when you go
Oh,
to pick up a drink?
my favorite. Oh, that's a that's also a hard one. Mm,
You can give me top three. You just think of the first one that pops into your mind. No pressure.
okay. The one that I really like, but it's really guilty to drink it because there's a lot of sugar and calories in it.
Oh yeah.
The one is called the one that's called boba milk tea with brown sugar pearl.
Ooh. Ooh. Brown
So
sugar.
so brown sugar is kind of like one different type of sugar.
Yeah.
It's called brown sugar, but in the actual drink it's actually black.
Ooh. Yeah, I could see that being unhealthy when it comes to sugar.
Yeah, for sure,
Yeah.
for sure.
But it does
But
sound
if you
good.
have chance, definitely try it. It's super
Yeah, I
good.
think I will. Yeah, I'm gonna have to look into that. And then the more deeper question. So, there's been a common question that has been coming up throughout all these conversations that we've been having with a bunch of the other showcase developers. And it's just like the meaning of what indie actually is, like whether it is a direct definition or like just the spirit of being an indie developer. So I have to ask you the question: what does indie mean to you? And there's no wrong answer.
Oh, okay. Um, I mean, I don't have a definition for that term, but I think my understanding would be stick with your passion and and just keep stick with your passion. And I think the kind of determination and like is the key. Is the key. Like never fail to stick with your passion.
I
Right.
love that. That's great. Yeah. So determination and passion. Yeah, that's fantastic. It's funny. Like, not funny. It's just it's interesting. Every single person so far has a different definition or like a different meaning behind it or a different interpretation, and everything has been so fascinating so far. So that is the first time I've heard passion and determination. So good answer.
Thank
Well,
you.
Mon, thank you so much for hanging out with me. I'm not going to keep you too much longer because it's very late for you. I want you to go to bed, please.
Okay. No worries.
But before we go, where could people follow Tomatos? Where could people find the game? Plug
Oh,
away.
um, I would recommend Twitter and Steam page, and definitely don't forget to wishlist our game.
Awesome. Yeah. And if you go to sixoneindie.com/showcase, you could click the Call of Boba key art. All the links are in there. So you could wish list, you could join the Discord, you could follow on Twitter, all that good stuff. Mon, thank you so much for not only like sitting here for this conversation, but trusting us to show off Call of Boba with everybody. It's a delightful game. And yeah, I'm excited for people to check it out.
Thank you so much for all the thoughtful questions.
Yeah, my pleasure. All right, everybody watching, there are plenty more interviews to check out. So please go on over to sixoneindie.com/showcase. Meet some of these lovely developers like Mon and yeah, play more indies.